Good afternoon, everyone, even. Had to fix the mic here as well, because ABS forgot it on this thing. Anyway, Kalla here, and welcome to my live stream. I'm glad you made it today. Today's stream is probably the last stream for Murder on the Orient Express. Just, I think, based on how much exploration we've done. So, shall we get into it then? Last time we discovered that our murder victim was in the past a murderer, and involved with the case that the American policewoman was investigating. We also discovered there's at least 2 murderers, and one of them's left-handed. I feel like the only person that could be left-handed here is her, the princess, who, just as a matter of fact, happens to be the godmother of the mother of the child that was murdered in the past. Also, her other goddaughter is on this train. And that's kind of suspicious, right? Oh, cross-checking new alibis. Whose alibis match? I probably need to check this. Yeah, because we're not going. I don't remember whose alibis they were. I guess. Yeah. I need to go back and check whose alibis are what at this point. Does it have it on here, maybe? I don't think so. Hello, Guy K, and thanks for the reminder. I haven't put my Poirot stash on today. We need that. We need that to make the grey cells work. There we go. Now maybe I can remember what people's alibis were. Oop, that's not what I wanted to press. Yeah, they're related. I feel like there isn't actually a way of checking what I found in the past. Okay, we're just gonna have to try and remember. Mr. Foscarelli was staying with Mr. Masterman, right? And they were talking. I seem to remember that was the thing. Mr. Dragomirov. Miss Schmidt? No. Is it like this?
No, not good.
It would be really helpful if the screen told me what the alibis were. Surely there must be something in here that'll tell me this. No. Apparently not. Apparently Poirot doesn't store this information anywhere. Okay. Mrs. Andreni's alibi. Now, I feel hers has to be with her husband's, right? Dragomirov. Which way around did I do this earlier? Like that.
This is wrong. But
I'm gonna have to
not
actually
far from the
go for unlocking some hints, aren't I? My brain is just not working. Give me a hint. The Andrian. Yeah, I knew that one. Mr. Foscarelli and Mr. Yeah, I had those. Thanks, game. I'm not really mad, but it's like that, and then... Well, I guess it's gotta be Dragomirov and Schmidt and Hardman and Michael, then. That was it.
That was easy.
I love how the first two hints were the ones I was confident on as it was. Reports back to book. Now, honestly, at this point, I'm not really sure who the murderers are. Because almost everyone on this train is suspicious, Book.
Oh, Poirot, you're there. She hasn't moved, but she seems to be waking up little by little. What about you? Your investigation progresses?
I find myself helping everyone with their problems before they can help me with mine. I have shifted boxes, helped with hangovers, repaired an orange juicer, unlocked some Russian dolls, all so my investigation can proceed.
Don't forget the dessert recipe.
How can I?
Truly, the labors of Hercules.
My friend, I would rather clean out the Orient stables. Yet, I have managed to solve a few mysteries.
Oh,
I would rather do
tell
the
me
other
everything.
things than clean out stables. Maybe the murderer is me. Oh no! Embroidered handkerchief.
The embroidered handkerchief belongs to Princess Dragomirov. I also found out that she was Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
On the same train with the little girl's murderer?
Exactly. Also, Elena Andreni is the younger sister of Sonia Armstrong, Daisy's mother.
Another passenger connected to the Armstrong case?
Yes, Book. What are the odds, do you think? But I cannot see either woman stabbing Ratchet over and over again in a frenzy. And they apparently have alibis.
Yeah, and I can't really see them doing it in a frenzy either, but the princess is the only left-hander we found. Although only some of the stabbing was left-handed, right? So clearly she was a lot more precise with her stabbing. I don't know. And the broken watch.
I had 3 theories concerning the broken watch. It could have been tampered with. It could have been out of adjustment before the murder. Or, of course, it could indicate the actual time of the murder. The only hypothesis I could rule out was that the watch was out of adjustment. For the others, they are impossible to verify. So the watch is of little use to the investigation.
And I was convinced that it indicated the time of the crime. 2 women involved in the Armstrong case.
Let us not forget our patient here. There are 3 women.
Look, she seems to be waking up.
Yeah, but I'm not sure the policewoman would have stabbed the guy.
What's happening to me? Did I fall asleep again?
Indeed, Mademoiselle Locke.
Yeah, sleeping pills. There's been a lot of them around the train.
Did you take any medication? Sleeping pills, for example?
No, I never use sleeping pills.
I inspected your cup. You can clearly see that there is a residue of something at the bottom. I'm sure a lab test would confirm you were drugged. Most likely An overdose. That would explain your battle to shake off the effects.
You think Fräulein Schmidt did it?
She certainly had the most opportunity, but why would she?
But no one knew who I was. It's impossible that someone deliberately targeted me.
I mean, you think that no one knew who you were. You might be wrong. The two most likely people to have drugged Miss Locke. Two most likely. Well, I guess one of them is Miss Schmidt, because we were just talking about her. But who else could have had the opportunity? I guess the pastry chef could have had the opportunity. But no, because it was in a drink. Who brought the drink? And who had access to sleeping pills? I mean, who had access to sleeping pills is a lot of people. Miss Schmidt, I think. And Mrs. Hubbard? Did she have sleeping pills? I kind of feel like she had No, she had allegedly aspirin, right? Allegedly. I don't think Miss Debenham has any reason to have drugged Miss Locke. Mr. Hardman, maybe, because he was working for the guy she was investigating. Yeah, let's go with that.
I must admit I'm not right this time.
Okay. Mrs. Hubbard?
Think,
No.
Poirot. That is not a good answer.
Mr. Michael?
Fräulein Schmidt or Monsieur Michel may have
Michel.
drugged the tea that Mademoiselle Locke drank. Fräulein Schmidt or Pierre Michel could have drugged your tea. They are really the only two people on this train who could have done it. But why would either one do it?
Mr. Poirot, I'm feeling much better. I'd like to bring you up to date to why I ended up on this train.
If you are able, I would very much like you to finish your story.
Very well then. After the Daisy Armstrong case was officially closed, I put out a standing request to the police departments in the Boston area for anything on Michael Clark. But he didn't turn up on their radar. I even set up an anonymous tip line for news about Clark. That's how I met Braid, a sketchy contact on the dark web, but they found nothing I could use.
Alright, it's time to be in control of Miss Locke again.
4 long years passed without anything new.
She's got a board.
Every day I looked at the evidence board I put up in my apartment bedroom. Then this morning, a police report landed on my desk that changed everything. I paid a visit to the police property room and took home a box full of clues. There was his name. Michael Clark.
Ooh. Evidence, homicide, cold case department. Yep.
A bill from the power company with, I'm sure, plenty of excuses why my rates keep going up.
That's a mood. Hey! It's Mr. Foscarelli on the back of the thing.
Travel. For the discriminating traveler. Also for the overworked detective who never seems to have time for vacation. Well, I can dream, can't I?
And then the report. Berkshire Police. Contents of folder. Kidnapping. Ah. Well, that's not the Michael Clark we knew, was it? December 6th, 2023. The body of investigative reporter Michael Clark was found buried in his Boston backyard. Clark was killed by a single shot to the chest. State of decomposition suggests an estimated time of death and burial of fall 2018. Wow.
Years of no new leads in the Armstrong case, and then this. Michael Clark, the sarcastic reporter, my prime suspect in the kidnapping, murdered 4 years ago?
Well, it's clearly not the same guy.
This is Michael Clark? He doesn't look anything like the journalist I interviewed. Michael, you have earned a place on my evidence board.
All of the important clues you find are automatically added to the evidence board on the wall. You can consult them at any time by selecting evidence board. Okay. Well, what's in the box? A whole bunch of Ziplocs. And keys. March 29th, 2019, abduction cabin, keyring with keychain. There's some bulky keychains there.
The lab team found this keychain in the cabin, but they wouldn't have bothered to examine the keys once the DA shut down the investigation. The keys were just tossed in the evidence box along with everything else. It's too unusual not to demand a closer look.
I assume we're using gloves for this. What is that giant ball? Does it open us? Oh, it probably does open. Hello. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay, we do it. It's that way and not that. No? Oh, okay. The grabbing things are just different to where I think they should be. In that case, we just do this. Nope, nope, wrong one, wrong one. Ooh, actually, no, that goes there, doesn't it? Okay. Those are the wrong way up. Right, how do I get the middle one to be the right way up? Nope, 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 that's not the button I wanted to press. I'm bad at this kind of thing. Oh, does it only have 2 states? I can't, like, hold it there. Okay. Ooh, that's all but one. This is the kind of puzzle I'm bad at. Basically just a slide puzzle. Ah, there we go. No? How is that not right? I think you're trying to tell me it's not right because it's upside down, because it definitely isn't if you're hanging it like a keychain. But that's fine, because we can turn it around by doing this, right? that a USB? It is a USB. Excellent. Although whether it's a storage or just a dongle for something, it looks more like it's just a dongle.
A USB key. Let's plug it into my PC and see what nasty little secret it contains.
Okay, we're done with that keychain. What about this keychain? No, that's just chunky. Or is it? Oh! You can pick the eyes out. Oh, right. 1, 2, 1. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Hey! Ooh, that's a knife.
What do they call this? Brass knuckles? Knuckle dusters? Illegal in Massachusetts. Possession alone can lead to serious jail time.
I'm pretty sure that's more than just a brass knuckle. That's a punch blade, right? Are you a torch? It looks like you are, but it also looks like... How many puzzle keychains can one guy have? Screwdriver? Ooh, lockpicking kit.
What do we have here? A flashlight. They can also conceal knives, but in this case we have lockpicks.
This is an extremely suspicious set of key rings. Is the D12 also a puzzle? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's 9? 9, 10, 11, 12. That didn't do anything. Okay, I need a better clue. Maybe there'll be a clue somewhere here. Oh, that's not even a key. That's a penknife. 3569.
A key knife. They sell them on the internet for self-protection.
Yeah, self-protection. 3569. Okay, let's try that. 3, 5, 6, 9. Hey, it worked. A pill.
What do we find? A capsule and a smell. Bitter almonds. Cyanide.
Cyanide, huh? This keychain gets worse and worse. Is there anything else on here to look at? It doesn't look like we have the option to look at either of the actual keys on here. Knife and tape, cutter and duct tape.
So clever. All that evidence and yet no DNA found.
Oh, the wine bottle.
The only fingerprints found on the bottle were Suzanne's.
plush cat.
Fluffy. Daisy's plush toy.
Oh, no, that's not. No, I want to look at the other thing. Hairbrush.
Suzanne's hair, so conveniently left in the cabin for us to find. It was planted. I knew she was innocent.
Alright. Ooh. Golden mustache.
Help yourself, Joanna. You earned it.
Where's the cat that belongs with that? Joanna, where's your cat? I want to see your cat. Moby Dick.
I've read it probably 10 times already. But I can't get enough of it. Don't know why. Maybe because it helps me sleep? I don't have time to waste on magazines.
I can't believe we've got a photo of her now. Cat. In a very appropriate to cat's place. Are you enjoying the view there?
I know I have to stop printing. It's bad for the planet.
Ah, Cassetti.
Shaved off the metro beard. But I'd recognize that smug bastard anywhere. The man I interviewed 4 years ago posing as Michael Clark. This goes on the board.
Printing noises. Money. Money. Ooh. Suspicious tattoo.
Maybe they needed to show the ransom to someone to check if the serial numbers were still on record. I'll print them, and on the wall they go.
Franco
Absolutely
Cassetti.
nothing on this Cassetti. His driver's license is almost surely a fake.
Okay, to the evidence board. Connect 2 items on the board together to create a link. Okay, well I guess we link this to the driver's license.
So, Ratchet's real name was Cassetti.
You can see the cat's shadow. Love it. I guess we link this Michael Clark to that Michael Clark as well.
I knew it! The faces don't match at all. They are clearly 2 different men. I should run facial recognition on my computer.
Okay. And then we have a bunch of photos of the ransom. Oh, Boston shooting victim still unidentified. Oh, wait. Ooh, can we link these to over here? Because of the money? No. Oh no, sorry, this tattoo to that
This
photo.
tattoo is the same on both pictures.
Murdered kidnapper of Daisy. Okay. We've got to connect clues. But it did say run some facial recognition on the computer. Facial recognition.
Okay, the real Michael Clark has been dead for years. Let's see if the photo of the fake Michael Clark matches someone in the database of known criminals. I've tried this several times in the past few years, but came up empty. Maybe whoever he really is has finally made a mistake.
Well, it's this guy, right?
That could be him, but he looks pretty different.
What's changed? Hair?
Yes, he seems different at first glance, but still it's the same person.
Beard.
That's it.
His glasses.
Good.
Has he changed his nose?
He's changed his appearance a lot. Probably had some plastic surgery on his nose, but there is no doubt it's the same person. Let's see why he was arrested.
His forehead looks the same. Samuel Ratchet, arrested November 23rd, 2013 at Yerevan Airport in Armenia. In possession of stolen ancient artifacts, the 3 Mesopotamian statuettes were confiscated and placed under sequestration by the court. The man paid bail. The trial is set for January 5th, 2024.
Mr. Ratchet, you didn't just steal statuettes. What recent information does the database have on you?
Oh, wait. Samuel Ratchet.
It's so frustrating. I have a name, but I can't find anything about him. But I know just who to call.
Robot Defense League, we are monitoring this call.
Hello, Braid. Long time.
Oh, Joanna. Hey, how may I assist you?
I need you to search the dark web.
Yeah, can you narrow that down a little? Because, it's pretty big and pretty dark out here.
Could you find intel about a Samuel Ratchet?
Samuel Ratchet. Got it. Bad dude?
They don't come worse. Send me what you find by email.
Alright, hang on. Okay. Yeah, okay. Nope. And okay. Oh, this might be something. I gotta do a deeper dive, but you should find this interesting. Could be coincidence if I believed in them. Emailing details.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
We're here to save mankind. Oh, it's a cookbook.
Alright, what did we get sent? Ah. Booking on the Orient Express.
The Orient Express. I'm gonna print these tickets and put them on the board.
Okay. District Attorney McQueen.
The person traveling with Ratchet has the same last name as my district attorney during the Armstrong case?
That's suspicious as hell.
This is Ratchet's ticket.
Okay, Lincoln Ratchet. Edward Masterman. Armstrong. Here's one of our community's leading citizens arriving back home from Washington and the Pentagon. When asked how his meetings went, he laughed and said, "Too many Germans." Decorated soldier Colonel John Armstrong fought his last battle against an enemy he could never defeat, grief. After the kidnapping and murder of his daughter, he lost his wife and second child in childbirth. Then the suicide of the main suspect in the death of his daughter deprived him of any justice. Facing an empty life in that tragic house, Colonel Armstrong took his own life. Many of his former command... blah blah blah. I don't think that's going to help me with anything. Are we just connecting these? Do we need to connect this to that? Yeah. We were... Feels like we're missing something. Let's look at this. Records of the calls. Should we be linking this up to that guy? No. What else have we got right now? It just says connect. Clues. Find information about the Orient Express. Okay, we can do that. We've got a convenient travel magazine.
The Orient Express departs from Istanbul next week. Interesting. I'll put it on the board.
So now we can just
Next week, a certain
tickets.
Edward Masterman will be on the Orient Express. Hector McQueen will be on the Orient Express next week. Ratchet will be traveling on the Orient Express in a week.
To have the money to ride the Orient Express, indeed. These are not cheap. Does it say how much it was on the ticket? No, sadly. Right, so they're all riding the Orient Express next week. Is there anything else I need to link on here? I don't know if there... clearly there is something else that links. Because that's what I'm on right now. Unless I've got some more information on the computer. Yes, Hector McQueen. No criminal record. He's the son of the district attorney.
I knew it. He's the son of my former DA. He goes on the evidence board. Here's what Hector McQueen looks like. Hector McQueen is the son of District Attorney McQueen.
I feel like we need to find out who Edward Masterman is. Can we look him up on the... No? Okay. It's clearly something else we need to look up on the computer. Right, what else here? Connect. Should I connect the ransom back to Ratchet? No. Should I connect the ransom to the fact he can afford to go ride the Orient Express? No? Okay. Does this go up to there? No. Not this. Suzanne's arrest warrant. Could it be related to Hector McQueen? No. I did that. No. Hello, Drag. How much have you missed? We reported to book what we'd found, and the American detective woke up, so she's now telling us how she ended up on the train. You sure I can't connect this to one of the pictures of the money? This is money. Okay. I don't know what else needs to be connected here. Evidence of the kidnapping down to Hector McQueen? No. Evidence of the kidnapping over to here? Over to there? No. What am I trying to solve? Clearly there is something else that needs to be linked on this evidence board, and I don't know what it is. Alright, let's go to the hints. Hint. Apparently pressing T for hints didn't do anything. Oh wait, no, they're hinting that I do this, okay. Wait, you mean I should... Was that just... I tried to connect these things up though. No? Alright. No, that's actually just going up and down, and that's it, isn't it? It doesn't... I don't think it tells me what to connect. I think it's just going wibble wobble. Oh wait, no, it's got a line here. I tried that, didn't
Michael
I?
Clark.
I thought I tried
Hello,
that.
Samuel Ratchet, the man who stole your identity and your life.
I could have sworn I tried that one already. Which is why I didn't notice that was a different color. Is that all of them? No, that's clearly not all of them. Hint me again. Okay. I'm pretty sure I tried to connect that as well.
Ratchet is alive. The dead man can only be Noah.
So I guess then we can just connect Noah down to here, maybe? No. Noah down to Suzanne? No? Okay. Oh, is that all of them? Are we done? There's no hint anymore, so I guess we're done here. Oh, does that mean we can now look up something on here? No? What am I supposed to be doing now?
I know I have to stop printing. It's bad for the planet.
Can we do... Nope. These are all things I've already looked at. Body of a man found dead in the forest near Watertown, suburb of Boston. Death caused by a single bullet from a single bullet from point blank range. Face was deliberately disfigured with a hammer. Okay, and a $100 bill was found lodged in the victim's throat. Serial number of the bill was identified as part of the $1 million ransom from the Daisy Armstrong kidnapping. Wait, so if he was killed by one shot and he was killed by one shot, no? I'm not allowed to connect those things? This one up to here. No? I'm currently very confused. Because we don't have any more hints here. There's nothing else to do in there. I have to find links between the clues, but apparently I don't have any more links to make. Hey, kissy kissy, do you know what I need to do? No? Oh, maybe something more with the Orient Express. Can we... Ah!
The event? Some old train? But that face, that man.
We're putting Foscarelli's face on the board. What was the blue node in the mind map diagram? That was for this. Connect things. Okay. I guess we connect this to the Orient Express.
Foscarelli will be on the Orient Express next week.
What are we worried about Foscarelli for? Is Hector McQueen related to Foscarelli? No.
I know that
There we
face.
go.
That's John Armstrong's driver.
Oh!
Damn, Ratchet is taking the Orient Express next week. McQueen, the district attorney's son, is too. Foscarelli, the Armstrong
that.
chauffeur, is too. It can't be a coincidence. McQueen and Foscarelli must have decided to take revenge and will undoubtedly attack Ratchet on this train. I have to be on the Orient Express to stop them. And above all, I must stop Ratchet. But I can't do it in Istanbul because there's no extradition treaty with the United States. Ratchet can never be judged in the US without an extradition treaty. I'll have to wait until he's in Paris to have him arrested.
McQueen and Foscarelli? There are far too many people on this train who are related to this case. What the what? No, I'm not sure about... Honestly, guy, I think that the retired army man is probably the only one who's not suspicious on this train. Mostly because I think we already found out what his secret was. Alright, let's get a ticket on the Orient Express.
Every compartment is taken for this special anniversary journey. Oh, it's impossible to find a ticket. What can I do?
Fraud. Buy a ticket from someone or just... Fraud.
I could try to get on the train without a ticket, but I could end up arrested. And Ratchet could get away or get murdered. No, there's a better way. Let's find out who's traveling on the Orient Express. Time to call Braid.
Well, that's what I meant by fraud. Talk to your dark web contacts.
Raid! It's me again.
I haven't found anything useful yet.
I need one last favor. But it's a big one.
Uh-oh.
Can you find me the list of passengers of the Orient Express for that anniversary trip?
Hold on. Jeez, their IT is surprisingly good. Maybe because of the big event. I found the list, but they sealed my back door as I was starting to capture it.
Oh no.
Whoa, calm down. I got one name. Female. The name I got before they kicked me off the server was Stacy Johnson. Do you feel like a Stacy Johnson?
The question is, how is she going to feel about helping me?
That's one you'll have to figure out for yourself. I gotta go back to weaving my magic on the web.
E.C. Johnson. Actress. Starred in Love and Despair. Sponsor of several associations helping sick children. Arrested for attacking a paparazzi. Case settled out of court.
Hello, is this Stacy Johnson?
Who's asking?
Yeah, let's be honest. I'm a police detective.
My name is Joanna Locke. I'm a police detective.
And I'm just an actress. Now what did I do wrong?
Nothing. I need your help. I need to take your place in the Orient Express.
Is this a joke? No way.
Intimidation.
I can get an arrest warrant if you don't cooperate.
You gonna pull it out of your hat? I've done nothing wrong. Lately. I'm hanging up. Goodbye.
Wait,
Okay.
do you remember the Armstrong kidnapping?
Of course I do. That poor little girl.
I'm a police officer. I have a new lead that may help me find her killer.
Wait, didn't they prove it was the nanny?
Have new evidence.
I have found compelling new evidence. I've reopened my investigation.
You know, I had my doubts about the murderous nanny. I played a nanny a couple years ago in a slasher. I was killed in the first episode, but it got me interested in helping kids.
You understand the situation.
Stacy, please. You say you help kids?
Well, I joined a couple of associations who are trying to help underprivileged kids. If this little girl's real killer is still out there somewhere, I'd do anything I could to help.
Getting me on that train will help more than you can imagine.
So, you want my ticket for the Orient Express? But I booked it months ago. I was so much looking forward to this trip.
Twice its price. Yeah.
I'll give you twice what you paid for the ticket.
You think I care about the money?
Yeah.
You
No.
still don't get it, do you? I'm hanging up. Goodbye.
Wait,
Okay.
Stacy, I can tell you care about kids. Here's your chance to help put this beast in prison for the rest of his life. Think of the publicity for those causes you care about. Think about the kids.
The kids. Yeah. All right. We'll do it for Daisy and the kids who suffer. I'll take care of changing the tickets to your name and send it to you. Get him. Make him pay.
I will. Thank you so much.
We got that sorted then. And that's how
Stacy
she
was as
ended
good as
up
her
there.
word. I received the ticket. I called my chief to let him know I was taking my vacation time. I had coming. I flew to Istanbul. I was finally going to nail the monster responsible for Daisy Armstrong's death, Michael Clark's death, even his accomplice, and, I suspected, so many others as well. You know the rest.
And back to the current day.
And that's how I found myself on this train. On Ratchet's trail. The rest, you know. My identity is easily checked with the Berkshire Police.
Thank you for your detailed account, Mademoiselle Locke. In addition to giving us crucial details of the investigation, you have made it clear that there are many who might wish to see Ratchet dead.
Is Miss Locke innocent or suspect? I think she's innocent. She wouldn't have gone for killing him. She wanted to bring him in and have him actually tried for it.
I know you are innocent. Your forthright testimony and your movements, or lack of them, last night eliminate you from our list of suspects.
I agree, without a doubt. Another detective will be great help to the investigation.
Book,
Although my friend certainly does not need any help.
you are too kind.
Thank you for believing me. I'd like to help in any way I can.
Do not worry, Mademoiselle Locke. Already I see things more clearly. It's obvious whoever drugged you was trying to derail your investigation.
You mean the person who did this to me is Ratchet's killer?
Both Monsieur
maybe not.
Michel and Fraulein Schmidt had the means and opportunity to drug you. While you get your strength back, I intend to interview them.
Excellent idea, my friend. All this excitement has whetted my appetite. I'm sure Mademoiselle Locke won't say no to a good, invigorating meal.
What? No. I want to hear what the conductor and Fräulein Schmidt have to say for themselves.
It is my duty to ensure the well-being of the passengers. If Dr. Constantine has no objection, I will escort you to the restaurant car.
On the contrary, some food will do her the greatest good.
Well, I'm still a little shaky. Mr. Poirot, will you please keep me informed about what you learn?
You may be certain of it.
Technically 3 detectives. Yeah, it was Mr. Masterman that said he was a detective, right? Pretty sure it was Mr. Masterman. Okay, Schmidt. And are there any mustaches in the toilet? Nope. Oh, Miss Schmidt isn't in first class, is she? But I think... Nope. Where is the conductor, anyway? Oh, ooh, look at all those stars! Miss Schmidt.
Good evening, Fräulein Schmidt. May I disturb you for a moment?
You asked so politely, mein Herr, but I do not think I have a choice.
How to approach the subject? I'm just gonna say she's woken up.
I wanted to let you know that your roommate, Mademoiselle Locke, is awake.
Ah, yes, I'm glad to hear that. I was worried about her. Did she tell you what had happened to her?
Residue.
Unfortunately, she doesn't remember much, but we found a residue of a sleeping pill in her cup of tea. Since you two were alone together in your room when she drank it, who else but you could have drugged her?
Must I point out I do not make the tea on this train? You should question the conductor or the kitchen staff.
You do have sleeping pills, though. Like 3/4 of the people on this train.
I know you have sleeping pills, Fräulein.
I do have some. Do you think I'm the only person on this train who finds it difficult to sleep? I believe the Countess Andrenier takes them. And I heard the Olsen woman thanking Mrs. Hubbard for a pill.
That was aspirin.
If you say so.
Yeah, if you say so. I'm not convinced that was aspirin. Okay, fine. She almost died.
Mademoiselle Locke could have died. Whoever drugged her must not feel any empathy for their fellow human beings, given the dose that Mademoiselle Locke ingested. She was close to death.
Oh my God. What did I do? I didn't want to hurt her. Just have her sleep for a few hours while we had time.
We? Time for what? Time for what, Madame Schmidt?
You think I feel nothing? Nothing? That poor, poor little girl.
Indeed, that poor, poor little girl. Fräulein Schmidt is somehow connected to the Armstrong case.
Well, everyone on this train is, apparently. What could be the link between Fräulein Schmidt and the Armstrong affair? Dragomírov's cook. I do not remember. Q to inspect does nothing. The Armstrong's cook. The lady companion to Sonia Armstrong. Miss Schmidt is the one who's connected with the princess, right? I think.
I must admit I'm not right this time.
The Armstrong's cook. Oh. They had a
That's
cook.
the right answer. Fräulein Schmidt, I have a certain reputation for sniffing out...
I am not a murderer.
Forgive me, but I was going to say brilliant chefs. You were the Armstrong family's cook, were you not?
Yes. I was the cook of that lovely, lovely family. I'm sorry, but I must ask you to give me some time to collect myself. It wasn't supposed to be like this. My darling, my poor darling child.
I will give you that time, Fräulein. You have given me much more in exchange. I must check in with my other suspects to make certain I have all the pieces of the puzzle in my possession.
No. You drugged your roommate so that she wouldn't see whatever on earth was going on. Understood? Where is the conductor?
Can I get you something, Monsieur Poirot? Everyone is so tense.
An aperitif soon, Monsieur Fauchet, with pleasure, when the matter is resolved.
You're right, Mr. Book. This dessert is delicious. I'm glad we didn't wait for dinner.
I promise the entrée will be superb as well.
Detective Locke, you are recovering well, I see.
Yes, I should be helping with the investigation. Do you know who drugged me?
It is early yet for conclusions. When I return, then we shall see.
Do not worry, Poirot.
I mean, we do know who
She
drugged
is in
her.
good hands. Potarou, Freya, and yours truly are looking after her.
Is the conductor back in the staff quarters? There he is. That door just closed.
Good evening, Michel. Am I bothering you? You seem stressed.
With everything that's going on, I must admit it's difficult to be relaxed.
Of course, I understand. Especially since we know that Detective Locke's tea was drugged before it was served to her.
Detective?
Come now, Michel. Surely you would have taken the opportunity to search her things and found her badge. Luckily, she woke up and was finally able to tell us her story.
Potarou boiled the water, Jean made the tea. I just brought it. Sir, it could have been any of the staff.
Your defense is to accuse others? You have a network connection?
No, unfortunately. It's just an automatic reminder to pay my rent. I always forget, and my landlord complains.
Pierre Michel had to be involved in the murder. The drugged tea, his post at the end of the hall, and now I know why I know more than one of those people on the screen.
Mm-hmm. Who is the person on the left? Pierre Michel, right? It looks like his face.
Good job.
In the middle is Sonia no, Suzanne Moreau.
Great.
And the other side is Mr. Masterman, right? Edward Masterman.
This is wrong.
No?
But I'm never far from the truth.
I thought that was Masterman. Doesn't look like Archie. So, Cyrus Hardman?
Nice. That's the right answer. You are the father of Suzanne Moreau, Daisy Armstrong's nanny. My condolences on the death of your wife.
What? But my wife...
Enough lies. Suzanne does not bear your name?
No. Suzanne's mother and I were divorced. Suzanne kept her mother's name.
My most sincere condolences, Monsieur Michel,
Everyone
on the
on this
deaths
train
of
is
Suzanne
related.
and your wife.
This job, I loved them, but I was never there for them. Then, a year after the divorce, Solange became ill. Suzanne took her to this special hospital in the US. Got that job as Daisy's nanny.
I understand your pain, and the reason that led you to drug Detective Locke.
We really can't hide anything from you, can we?
Many have been foolish enough to try and keep the truth from Hercule Poirot.
Yes, I admit, I drugged the tea. But it was only to keep her quiet, until I could... But she reacted so much to the sleeping pills.
She was lucky, as are you, that she didn't die. To be frank, there is one more thing that puzzled me, but I think I understand now.
Mr. Hardman is Mr. Michael's boyfriend, or Mr. Hardman was the future... Yeah. Future son-in-law, I think.
Monsieur Hardman was Suzanne's fiancé.
Huh. I have the impression my whole life to you is an open book. Yes, Cyrus was my daughter's fiancé. I almost consider Cyrus as my own son.
Of course, much more is clear now. I have been patient long enough. It is time to go and see what all the commotion is next door.
There isn't any golden mustaches hiding out in this room, is there? Doesn't look like it. No. Oh, we were supposed to go through the connecting door. Got it. Yeah.
Monsieur Hardman, excellent. The gods who watch over detectives must have trapped you here.
Why didn't they watch over me? I'm a detective too. I was talking to Michelle about a leaky faucet, and I wanted to go out, but you showed up.
No need to invent some preposterous story.
But really,
Michel has told me everything. You are the fiancé of Suzanne Moreau, his daughter.
Oh. I see.
So both
Surely
of the people
this
that
is
were
not
with
a big surprise
Ratchet
to you.
No.
had a reason to kill her.
Suzanne was the only woman I ever loved. And I failed her. We got into a spat. It was nothing, but I was too proud to apologize. We weren't speaking at all. Suzanne never really cared for that guy Noah. She would have forgiven me. If only. If only.
If only. A common refrain between lovers who quarrel. Obviously, Pierre Michel and Fräulein Schmidt both drugged Detective Locke's tea, causing the overdose. No wonder she had so much trouble waking up. Time to report my findings to her and book.
Chef's Kiss Ultimate Edition.
I wonder if our master chef gets his recipes from a game.
Be delicious. That's a mustache.
Come to Poirot, my exquisitely sculpted friend.
Alright, congratulations, Detective Locke. You, two different people decided to, drug you. You wonder how many recipes in the game were actual recipes?
So, my friend, tell me, you have something new?
Mademoiselle Locke, I know who drugged you. Fräulein Schmidt and our conductor Pierre Michel both admitted putting sleeping pills into your tea. This explains your overdose. They are relieved you are recovering.
Michel drugged a passenger? On behalf of the company, I offer my apologies to you, Mademoiselle Locke. Michel will answer for this outrage.
Both of them? I was pretty sure about Fräulein Schmidt, but I admit that I did not suspect the conductor.
How are your cookies, Drag? What sort of cookies were they, anyway?
I have uncovered multiple connections with the Armstrong case. Pierre Michel is the father of Suzanne Moreau, little Daisy's nanny, and Monsieur Hardman was Suzanne's fiancé. As for Hildegard Schmidt, she was the cook of the Armstrong family. What a coincidence, don't you think?
But it's incredible! What are the odds that so many people linked to that tragic affair ended up on the same train?
I think it was
About
deliberate.
the same as you winning the lottery, my friend.
I wasn't the officer who interviewed Fräulein Schmidt back then, so she couldn't recognize me here on the train. How could they know who I was?
There were other passengers who might have. Or she may have seen you when you visited the Armstrong home. It is now clear to me that some of the clues to this elaborate plot were staged for my benefit.
What do they want me to believe? The murderer got on the train at Vinkovsky. He killed Ratchett and got off immediately. The murderer boarded the train at Vinkovsky, killed Ratchett and is still on the train. The killer got on it in Istanbul, killed Ratchett and got off in Belgrade. Yeah, chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chip cookies, except that the chocolate chips aren't really chocolate chips anymore. Oh well, it'll still taste good, right? Right, what's the false lead? I think they want to believe that the murderer got on at Vinkovsky and left, right?
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot. Some clues and information collected so far could lead to a hypothesis. The murderer boarded the train in Vinkovsky, killed Ratchett, and then left the train immediately.
How did you come to that possibility?
Monsieur Hardman told me about a short man with a high-pitched voice who threatened Ratchett. Imagine for a moment that this man, wearing a wagon-lit conductor's jacket, killed him while Michel was on the platform at Vinkovsky. This murderer then hid the conductor's jacket in Detective Locke's room, then fled before the train left.
Why choose Detective Locke's room?
Why, indeed. Let me re-explain from the beginning.
Okay, so... The train stops at Vinkovsky at midnight, and Mr. Michael goes down to the platform. The murderer boards the train disguised as a conductor. He does the murder and exits through Madame Hubbard's room, leaves the knife there and loses the jacket button. He gets rid of his jacket, gets off the train, and then Pierre Michel gets back on the train.
My little grey cells did not let me down.
Mon Dieu! Oui! That must be it! Everything fits so well!
It fits too well, my friend. Other clues lead to a second hypothesis, much more plausible.
There are several murderers, and they're all related to the Armstrong case.
That was easy. So, we have multiple murderers, all related to the Armstrong case. The murderer from Vinkovsky was a fabrication to turn suspicion away from those on the train. They expected the investigation to be led by some small-town official who could easily be misled.
They didn't
Mr.
expect
Poirot?
Mr. Poirot.
Detective Locke, forgive me. You are an obvious exception. You tracked Ratchet with the tenacity of a bloodhound. Unfortunately for the killers, they not only had you to deal with, but now they had, and I say this with all modesty, the world's greatest detective, Hercule Poirot, dropped into the midst of their meticulous planning.
Multiple murderers? Multiple detectives? Poirot, please take pity on me. Who is linked to this case, and who is not?
My poor friend, I have gone speeding out of the station without you. I will continue.
Who are the 9 people that we know are connected to the Armstrong case? Well, Natalia Dragomirov, Antonio Foscarelli, Cyrus Hardman, Joanna Locke, Hector McQueen, I want to say Edward Masterman, Pierre Michel, Hildegard Schmidt, Samuel Ratchet, Helena Andreni,
Et voilà.
some of the others might also be related.
Fräulein Schmidt, Pierre Michel, Monsieur Hardman and Monsieur McQueen are all linked to the Armstrong case. I also know that Sonia Armstrong's sister and godmother, Countess Andreni and Princess Dragomirov, are on this train. And finally, Detective Locke discovered that Mr. Foscarelli was the Armstrong chauffeur.
If we add Detective Locke and Ratchet, of the 12 passengers in that coach, 9 have a connection with the Armstrong case. What next, Poirot? Or should I say, who next?
It is time to summon everyone.
Everyone? Even Dr. Constantine?
It's
The
time.
train crew other than Michel?
Dr. Constantine, yes. I will need him. But we don't want the others as witnesses.
I will see that their duties keep them occupied elsewhere.
Excellent. I have always thought this moment in a case is much like Rodin unveiling the thinker before a captivated audience. A work of art. Have you not felt that way, Detective?
No, Mr. Poirot. I'm happy just to slap the cuffs on him.
Well, there is some artistry in that as well, I suppose.
Where would you like the unveiling, Poirot? The lounge?
Perfect.
Then
The
I will
lounge is
gather
the most
all the
appropriate.
passengers in the lounge.
We don't have a drawing room to get everyone in. And Guy, I'm pretty sure that Poirot is a better detective than Batman. Batman just has a lot of money. Personally, I like Poirot more than I like Sherlock, but we have the outside. No. The thing is that this scene typically occurs in the drawing room of a fancy house, right? So the lounge car of a fancy train is the most appropriate place to do it.
Monsieur Book, are the train crew locked in their quarters?
Yes, they are.
Then the stage is set for the final act. Ladies and gentlemen, I have gathered you together to hear my reconstruction of the murder of Samuel Edward Ratchet, also known as Cassetti. There is not one, but two possible solutions of the crime. I shall put them both before you, and I shall ask Monsieur Book and Dr. Constantine here to judge which solution is the correct one.
2 solutions?
Mr. Poirot, I am hardly qualified.
Nevertheless, your assistance is required. Now, you all know the facts of the case. Ratchet was found stabbed to death this morning. He was last known to be alive at 12:37 a.m. last night, when he spoke to the wagon-lit conductor through the door.
Except
His
he
watch
didn't.
was found to be badly dented, and it had stopped at 1:15. Dr. Constantine, who examined the body, puts the time of death as having occurred between midnight and 2 in the morning. At half an hour after midnight, as you all know, the train ran into a snowdrift. After that time, it was impossible for anyone to leave the train. So, here is my first theory. The enemy, as Ratchet expected, joined the train at Vinkovsky by the door left open by Captain Arbuthnot and Monsieur McQueen, who had just descended to the platform. He was equipped with a wagon-lit jacket, which he wore over his ordinary clothes, and a pass key which enabled him to gain access to Ratchet's compartment in spite of the doors being locked. Ratchet was under the influence of a sleeping draught. This man stabbed him with great ferocity, 12 wounds in all. He left the compartment through the communicating door to Madame Hubbard's compartment.
Yes, that's so. Scared me half out of my wits.
The murderer thrust the dagger he had used into Mrs. Hubbard's handbag in passing. Without knowing it, he lost a button of his uniform. Then he slipped out of the compartment and along the corridor. He put the uniform jacket into Detective Locke's suitcase to cast suspicion on her. And a few minutes later, dressed in his ordinary clothes, he left the train just before it started off again, using the same means for egress, the door near the dining car.
Except that one's too easy and also would take...
That is
like
the
it would take
first
too long.
hypothesis. But there's a second. For that, we must examine the motive for the crime. Why was Ratchet killed?
Revenge.
The motive is clear. Revenge, of course. Nothing was stolen, and we know that Ratchet had made many enemies. This was a premeditated crime, meticulously planned.
When was it planned? Several months before the departure from Istanbul.
Since the kidnapping and death of little Daisy Armstrong, which traumatized many people close to the family. Even when the police concluded that it was Suzanne Moreau, questions remained. Detective Locke continued her investigation, as did others. They became convinced the truth lay elsewhere. We now know who the real murderer of Daisy is.
It was Ratchet.
It is clear now that Daisy's killer was Ratchet, also known as Cassetti and Michael Clark and how many other names. But of course, many of you have known this for a long time. It is obvious that the 12 stab wounds are not a random number. Dr. Constantine's analysis revealed that some stab wounds
Is it one
appeared
stab
to
wound
have
per
been
person?
caused by a right-handed attacker. Others indicated the knife wielder was left-handed. Some wounds were deep, more than one fatal, yet others were not much more than mere scratches. What can explain these discrepancies? This leads us to an obvious conclusion.
Some people were obviously less
They
worried about
are symbolic.
well, more worried about stabbing people. What do the 12 stabs simulate? Symbolize? It's not Daisy's age. She was younger than that. So a jury in the United States, I guess.
12 stabs. 12! The same number as a trial jury in the United States.
That's the same number as the
But
jury here in the UK.
Not just a jury of 12 members condemning him to death, but 12 executioners as well. This self-appointed jury had meticulously planned for everything except
Snow.
Yeah.
snow. The avalanche that stopped us, as well as the presence of not one but two detectives on the train. They had to improvise, to hastily add clues and false leads.
Yeah, the red kimono.
This woman in a red kimono does not exist. I don't know which of the passengers it was. It does not really matter. It was just a performance, a charade to introduce another possible culprit to muddy the waters.
The broken watch.
The time on Ratchet's broken watch was deliberately set to conceal the true time of the crime.
The vape liquid was clearly planted.
The vial of vaping liquid incriminated Captain Arbuthnot. However, he had a solid alibi confirmed by Monsieur McQueen. Impossible then to suspect him.
Exactly. He's like one of the only people on this train who is innocent. The conductor's jacket.
The conductor's jacket, found in Detective Locke's suitcase, was put there only to cast suspicion upon her.
Also
All
one of the
these
only
false
innocent
leads
ones.
were intended for me. But I am Poirot. I understood the truth. We have a train full of suspects. It's time to identify who the real culprits are. Let's start with Detective Locke.
Did Detective Locke stab Ratchet? No. Where's the proof that clears her? She was drugged.
Planting the conductor's jacket in her suitcase was an attempt to implicate Detective Locke, but she couldn't fake her drugged condition. Dr. Constantine can testify that the drugged tea incapacitated her for hours, and she had 2 relapses. Let us move on to Monsieur McQueen. When I told him about Cassetti, he looked very surprised that I managed to make the connection between him and the Armstrong case. He told me, "But I thought we had..." I think he meant...
I thought we had eliminated all clues.
You thought you didn't leave any real clues linking the murder to the Armstrong kidnapping. Moreover, you insisted that Ratchet did not speak French when you knew I had heard a voice calling out in French that was supposed to be Ratchet.
Did Mr. McQueen stab Ratchet? I'm thinking yes. What implicates him? His father?
You took some pleasure in leaving me false clues, I think. It was quite annoying. But you told me yourself that your father was the district attorney who handled the Armstrong case.
The case haunted my father. At first, he believed Suzanne Moreau had helped her boyfriend, Noah, to kidnap Daisy, even though there were questions that went unanswered, and a young policewoman refused to let it go, continuing to find discrepancies. but never enough to reopen the official investigation.
That policewoman sits there. Her name is Joanna Locke.
Then tell him. Tell him how in the end my father believed you, how he resigned a job that he loved, racked with guilt that he may have let that monster go free. He died young, broken, his faith in justice broken. That's what Ratchet did to him.
Thank you for your honesty, Monsieur McQueen. Your father is one more victim of the man who called himself Ratchet. Now, I will turn to Ratchet's valet, Monsieur Masterman.
Did Mr. Masterman stab Ratchet? I don't think he has a reason to. I don't think he has a reason to. I'm gonna go with no.
No, Poirot. Remember Ratchet's sleeping pills.
Yes. What implicates him? The sleeping pills.
Ratchet sensed danger close to him and naturally wanted to stay awake. You gave him sleeping pills without his knowledge. Once he was sound asleep, you could do what you had to do in peace.
Sir, I'll tell you the truth. I was Colonel Armstrong's adjutant in the war, sir, and afterwards, I was his valet in New York. I'm afraid I concealed the fact this morning. It was very wrong of me, sir, but I knew how suspicious it would look.
Is that all you have to say?
So he's
That's all,
ex-army.
sir.
Now, to leave no suspicious stone unturned, let us move on to Monsieur Book.
What? Me? A suspicious stone?
I mean, Guy K, if you're interested in murder mysteries with multiple endings, what was it called? I cannot remember right now immediately. What was it? Paradise Killer. If you want a murder mystery with multiple endings where you can never be quite sure if you got the right killers, Paradise Killer is really good. And hello Thomas, how you doing? Did Book stab Ratchet? No he didn't. Pretty sure he didn't. What clears him? That he put Poirot on the train, because if he was going to do a murder, he wouldn't have put a detective on the train.
Book, my friend, of course you are not guilty. You did everything you could to get me on this train. What madness would cause you to ensure, and I speak with all modesty, that the best detective in the world could be present to witness your crime?
But doesn't our friendship count as well?
Most assuredly, but a murderer can wear all sorts of masks, including friendship. Let us consider our ever-efficient wagon-lit conductor, Pierre Michel.
Did Mr. Michel stab Ratchet? Yes. What implicates him? He's Miss Moira's dad.
No, that is his motive. I need real, tangible proof.
He drugged Miss Locke.
Your admission that you drugged Detective Locke immediately incriminates you. But the murder could not have been possible without your very capable assistance. Your knowledge of train procedures made the murder possible, and your position in the corridor of the train allowed you to be the perfect alibi for several passengers. And your motive? Suzanne Moreau, Daisy Armstrong's poor nanny, who was wrongly accused and committed suicide, was your daughter.
C'est un foiré. He got what he deserved. My poor daughter has finally been avenged. My Suzanne. My child.
Let's move on now to Monsieur Hardman, one of 3 detectives on this train.
And this is the one who done did a stabbing. That implicates him. Mr. Michael's testimony.
Monsieur Hardman, I think you are a real detective. But you were never hired by Ratchet. Your alibi was that you were watching the corridor to protect Ratchet, which, of course, you never did. You protected Pierre Michel. However, we just saw that his alibi doesn't hold up, so neither does yours.
I don't know about the conductor.
Being Suzanne's fiancé, you had a substantial motive to punish Ratchet. You used your detective skills, just as Detective Locke did, to hunt him down and finally avenge the death of your beloved.
That's right, Mr. Poirot. I do have some detective skills.
I never doubted it. Now, Fraulein Schmidt, the lady's maid with the soul of a cook.
Yes, Miss Schmidt stabbed Ratchet. She drugged Ms. Locke as well.
Fraulein Schmidt, you told me of your remorse for drugging Detective Locke. I believe you are sincere. However, as the cook of the Armstrong family, you experienced the drama from within. The death of Daisy, then Sonia Armstrong, who died in childbirth, and finally, Suzanne and John Armstrong.
So much misfortune in that poor family. The death of this criminal is only justice.
Let us move on to Countess Andreni. I was impressed by the earnestness of her husband when he swore to me solemnly on his honor that his wife never left her compartment that night. Should I believe it?
I'm pretty sure she stabbed him.
Even if it seems logical, it's more complicated than that. I believe Countess Andreni.
Okay. Apparently she didn't do a stabbing. What clears her? She's Sonia Armstrong's sister. That doesn't clear her. Morally incapable of doing it? Too weak.
Countess Andreni is young and fit, physically quite capable of stabbing Ratchet. The problem must be somewhere else.
Okay. Morally incapable of doing it, then.
Countess Andreni, being Sonia Armstrong's sister, you had every reason in the world to want to avenge her. But you were incapable of stabbing someone, even after what he had done to you and your family. The night of the crime, you simply took a sleeping pill. I appreciate the irony that nearby, Detective Locke was also in a drugged sleep. When you awoke, you thought the nightmare was over.
Rudolph?
Hush, my love. Hush.
Excellent transition. I was coming to you, Count Andreni.
Alright, did he stab the guy? I think he did instead of his wife. He didn't like his face. He took his wife's place in doing it.
12 people, a jury. This was very important to all of you. If Countess Andreni did not stab Ratchet, someone had to take her place. And you, Count, the beloved husband. I've seen how fiercely you love and protect your wife.
Enough! I would do anything for Helena. Anything. Even that.
Yes, even that. Let's move on to Monsieur Foscarelli.
Did he do a stabbing? I think he did. What implicates him? Ms. Locke's investigation.
Detective Locke found out that you were the Armstrong chauffeur, and that you planned to travel on the same train at the same time as Ratchet. That is what made her decide to obtain a ticket as well. Unfortunately, she could not prevent the murder. Have you lost your tongue, Mr. Foscarelli?
Oh, Daisy. She was the delight of the house. Tonio, she called me. And she would sit in the car and pretend to drive me.
And you, Mademoiselle Olson. A champion for the immigrants. A worthy calling.
Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment has different endings as well. Ah. That is a game I will get to eventually. Did Miss Olsen do it? I don't think she did.
I do not think
No?
that's the right answer.
Okay, she was involved. How was Miss... Oh, no, of course. Of course. I kept thinking that the American lady had used her to create an alibi, but maybe it's the other way around. Miss Hubbard's latch.
Mademoiselle Olson, you supported Madame Hubbard's story about her connecting door latch, a story that I later demonstrated to be impossible. So, you deliberately lied to me, and you also lied about Mademoiselle Debenham's whereabouts.
Enough! I can't take this anymore! I know what you want from me, Mr. Poirot. Very well. Here it is. She was my little Daisy, my angel, so patient. When I patched a scrape or took her temperature, that was my job. But she was so much more to me. She was a shining light in an ever-darkening world. I've tried to honor her by caring for children who have lost everything.
Thank you, Mademoiselle Olson. You too shed light on your part in this mystery.
She was clearly the nurse.
You were Daisy Armstrong's nurse. I will ask you no more questions. It is enough that you have admitted what I know to be the truth, and I understand. Let's move on. Dr. Constantine.
You suspect me? I know none of these people. I didn't know Ratchet either, and I've taken a solemn oath to help people, not murder them.
Yeah, but you don't realize you were in the room for the denouement. I must talk to you and explain why you're not involved. What clears Dr. Constantine his assistants?
Dr. Constantine was certainly helpful to my investigation, but that does not prove he is innocent.
Okay, he books testimony about talking his ear off.
You are one of the few people in this room not to have any connection with the Armstrong case. Moreover, your alibi is confirmed by Monsieur Bouc, whom I would trust with my life.
That is very kindly said, my friend.
We now come to Mademoiselle Debenham and Captain Arbuthnot, whose relationship was not in doubt from the moment I inspected your room at the hotel.
Pretty sure they're
You have a
innocent too.
bloody nerve.
Indeed, I do.
We're getting married.
Indeed I do.
Congratulations. But I would rather talk about your relationship to John Armstrong.
Okay, guy, I guess you were right. I guess they were soldiers together.
That was easy. Captain Arbuthnot, you served in the army with John Armstrong. What I don't understand is why a man your age is still a captain. One might expect you to be a colonel as well.
Ever fought in a war, Poirot?
It was war that first brought me to England.
Then you know what it's like. There's a shattering sound, and death, and mistakes, acting on intelligence that proved to be wrong. I sent a patrol to their death. Good men, brave men, wasted. John testified on my behalf at a court-martial. I'm not a colonel. I don't deserve to be, you bloody fool. But I'm also not in prison. John remained my best friend until... There, you have my story. Understand now?
Archie, calm down, please.
You're right, Mary. What you see in me, I don't understand.
Oh, Archie, I see in you what John saw.
Miss Debenham, I'm sorry.
My turn, is it?
I'm afraid so. And you have caused me quite a puzzlement. Your connection with the Armstrong family was not obvious. Then I remembered the job you currently hold.
What was her link? She's a teacher, right?
That's the right answer. You were the teacher of...
Well, it's gotta be Daisy. She's not old enough to have teached Helena. Taught. Taught is the word.
No, she was the teacher of Countess Andreny.
Really? She doesn't look old enough for that. But okay.
You were the teacher of Helena Andreny, whose maiden name was Helena Goldenberg before she married Count Andreny.
Yes, absolutely. Why lie to you? She was an excellent student.
Captain Arbuthnot.
Did Captain Arbuthnot do a stabbing? Yeah, probably. What implicates him? Oh yeah, because Mr. McQueen did a stabbing and he was his alibi.
You had one of the strongest alibis, thanks to Mr. McQueen. But his testimony melted like a snowflake. There went your alibi. Poof! Unless you have another one. As for you, Mademoiselle Debenham.
Hello, Hunter. I'm doing good, how are you? Did Miss Debenham stab him? I'm not sure she did. Actually, how many stabbers are we up to now? I've actually lost track. Because we need 12. It's the ones we haven't dealt with yet are the princess. And... yeah, I think Miss Debenham probably did. What accuses her? Oh, Miss Olsen's testimony. Miss Olsen said you never left, and she's also a stabby.
Mademoiselle Olsen was the only one who could confirm your alibi. I think you know where you stand.
Very good, Mr. Poirot. Are you satisfied?
I will be soon. Now I must turn to Sonia Armstrong's godmother, Princess Dragomirov.
Who definitely stabbed the guy. She's the only person on this train who's left-handed.
Princess Dragomirov, you weren't on my list of suspects at the start, given your social position.
I left my social position in a cold country.
Do you object to being addressed as Princess?
I deny people the opportunity. It makes a good story to tell their friends. It also guarantees a good table in the best restaurants.
Princess, there is also, forgive me, your extreme physical fragility.
It does not stop me when I must be strong.
Indeed. Of more importance, though, is the fact that you're the only left-handed person on the train. And the single blow to ratchet from a left-handed person was very, forgive me, weak. Finally, I'm afraid I know the alibi that you shared with Fraulein Schmidt is false.
You have been very thorough, sir. I hope you will permit me to say we are much alike.
I am honored.
I
now
like
it
her.
is time to end with Mrs. Hubbard, or should I say...
What's her real name? Well, she's not going to be Sonia Armstrong. Sonia Armstrong's dead, so Linda Arden.
Linda Arden. If Princess Dragomirov hadn't told me about her relationship with this famous actress, I might not have made the connection. But you are a great actress, madame. Your performance as a flighty, self-involved woman was superb. I never would have guessed something entirely different. As for what ties you to the Armstrong family, it is obvious.
What links her to the Armstrong family? She was... Okay. Oh, she could be Daisy's godmother. She's not Daisy's mother. She's not Miss Andreni's godmother. Or... Ooh... I don't think she's the aunt. Given that that's here twice... No, wait, no. That's a different way around. And she's not the aunt... Them, I don't think. She's not the nanny. She's not... Ooh, no, she is Sonia's mother. She's Sonia Armstrong's mother. Because if the Princess Dragomirov is good friends with Linda Arden, and if she's also the godmother of Sonia and Helena, then this must be Sonia's mother. And I suspected her for a while, but I only suspected her of unlocking the connecting door. I didn't necessarily suspect her of actually doing some stabbing.
Et voilà. Mrs. Hubbard, you are the mother of Sonia Armstrong and Mrs. Andreni.
Did she do a stabbing? Absolutely. What implicates her? The whole lie about the toilet bag hiding the latch.
Madame Hubbard, you really are a remarkable actress. You put so much effort into your character and into staging the murder. I saw it as a perfect mosaic, each person playing his or her allotted part, so carefully arranged that if suspicion should fall on any one person, the evidence of one or more of the others would clear the accused person and confuse the issue. Everything was meticulously planned, but you hadn't expected that Detective Locke and I would be on this train, and the avalanche would block it on the night of the murder. You had to improvise. But again, improvisation would be another of your skills as an actress. So you came up with the story that the latch on the door that communicated with Ratchet's compartment was hidden by the handbag.
I always fancied myself in comedy parts. That slip about the sponge bag was silly. Shows you should always rehearse properly. You know all about it, Mr. Poirot. You're a very wonderful man, but even you can't quite imagine what it was like. That awful day. I was just crazy with grief. So were the servants. We decided then and there that the sentence of death that Ratchet had escaped had got to be carried out. There were 12 of us, or rather 11. Suzanne's father was over in France, of course. First we thought we'd draw lots as to who should do it, but in the end we decided on this way. It was the driver, Antonio, who suggested it. Mary worked out all the details later with Hector McQueen. It took a long time to perfect our plan. We first had to track Ratchet down. Hardman managed that in the end. Then we had to try and get Edward and Hector into his employment. Well, we managed that. Then we had a consultation with Suzanne's father. Captain Arbuthnot was very keen on having 12 of us. He seemed to think it made it more orderly. He didn't like the stabbing idea much, but he agreed that it did solve most of our difficulties. Well, Suzanne's father was willing. Suzanne had been his only child. We knew from Hector that Ratchet would be coming back from the east, sooner or later, by the Orient Express. With Pierre Michel actually working on that train, the chance was too good to be missed. My daughter's husband had to know, of course. and he insisted on coming on the train with her. Hector wrangled it so that Ratchet selected the right day for traveling when Michelle would be on duty. And then, at the last minute, you came. For the rest of the story, you worked out everything, Mr. Poirot. You were right about all of us. What are you going to do about it? If it must all come out, can't you lay the blame upon me, and me only? I would have stabbed that man 12 times willingly. It wasn't only that he was responsible for my daughter's death, and her child's, and that of the other child who might have been alive and happy now. It was more than that. There had been other children kidnapped before Daisy, and there might be others in the future. Society had condemned him. We were only carrying out the sentence, but it's unnecessary to bring all these others into it, all these good, faithful souls.
You are a director of the company, Monsieur Bouc. What do you say?
In my opinion, Poirot, the first theory you put forward was the correct one. Decidedly so. I suggest that is the solution we offer to the police. You agree, Doctor?
Certainly, I agree. As regards the medical evidence, I think that I made one or two fantastic suggestions.
Then, having placed my solution before you, I have the honor to retire from the case.
He deserved it, so we're going to pretend that there was a mystery assailant. Well, I hope the train gets freed from the snow at some point and we don't all freeze to death.
I'm sorry to wake you up in the middle of the night, Poirot, but it couldn't wait. There was a detail that bothered me in my preliminary autopsy of Ratchet's body. I went back to examine the body and I discovered a wound covered by another. The blow I hadn't seen was delivered by a thinner, sharper blade. So there were not 12, but 13 stab wounds.
12 stabs for 12 jurors. It doesn't work with 13 wounds. The symmetry is destroyed.
It can't be one of the culprits who stabbed him twice?
Doctor, a different knife was used. There is only one explanation. Somehow, some way, there is a 13th murderer on this train. We must tell Bouc. The case is not solved.
Well, here was I thinking that we were done, but apparently not. Do I play hidden object games? I have played some. I haven't played very many. But...
Please, come in. Ah, Bouc. I see we are moving at last.
Yes. The way was finally cleared while we slept. If all goes well, we will arrive in Venice this evening. The train will be there for several hours for refueling and reprovisioning. What do we do with the 13th murderer? Do you have a lead?
I thought about it. There is one clue that was left aside in my investigation. The diary I found in Ratchet's safe mentioned an appointment in Venice. Someone with the initials A.W. He will never keep the appointment. But there should be enough time. I must try to keep that appointment for him.
Try to keep it for him, huh? The meeting point, can we look at the diary again? Meet A.W. Fontana de Conigli. So in Venice, at the Fontana di Conigli, at 10 p.m. on, I want to say the 18th The 18th. Venice. Have I played a series called Mystery Case Files? No, I don't think so.
My little grey cells did not let me down.
Talk to Dr. Constantine. Okay. Fine. Hastings? Way too excited about that. Talk to Dr. Constantine. And find my Hastings. Although obviously the real Hastings isn't here, so I guess we should get the American detective.
I don't have time for small talk.
Do you want to look? Is probably a good choice as Hastings. And I can't remember where she is.
How would it look to the police if I asked a suspected murderer for help?
Ooh. There's no one here. This is Joanna Locke's cabin. It looks like she brought Moby Dick with her.
I don't have time for small talk. How would it look to the police if I asked a suspected murderer for help?
There's no one in here either. I'm guessing those two were the doctors and the detectives' rooms, so I guess they're not there, so they must be eating or drinking. Ah, there's the doctor.
Doctor, a moment. Have you made arrangements for Ratchet's body?
Yes, it will be collected by the Italian authorities when we reach Venice. The autopsy will be performed there. However, there is something odd.
Oh?
Since the train is French, jurisdiction must be shared. When I told them you were already on the scene, they have both agreed to support your investigation until we reach Paris. Ratchet's compartment will be sealed until we arrive there. All of those who conspired to kill Ratchet are to be confined to the train until then as well.
So, thanks to you, I am the rope in a tug-of-war between two countries.
Oh, but I thought you would want to be in charge. And isn't it odd we continue on our journey with a trainload of people that police consider potential murderers?
Calm yourself, Doctor. It is not the first time I find myself in the middle. And to be honest, I welcome the chance to see this case through. It is fast becoming one of the most challenging of my career.
I guess it sounds like we did tell the police who we thought done did a murder. Come with me to Venice.
Mademoiselle Locke, you are clearly an excellent police officer. Could you accompany me to Venice for an investigation into Ratchet's activities? There is much we still need to know.
Well, yes. It would be an honor to work with you. And I'm glad you trust me. What do you have in mind?
There was a notation in Ratchet's appointment book. He had an appointment.
With who?
There were only the initials A.W. They were to meet at 10 o'clock at the Fontana dei Conigli. I want to know who Ratchet was meeting and why.
But you've already discovered the 12 conspirators. Why is this meeting important?
Unfortunately, the case is not complete. Dr. Constantine has discovered the presence of a 13th stab wound.
One of them could have stabbed him twice.
The wound was made with another, finer blade. Why
Stiletto
would
blade, I
one of
guess.
them have used 2 knives? Did they want to confess they killed him more than the others? And if so, why bother to deny it when they have already confessed? No, it makes no sense. And I do not close a case until all questions have been answered. You, of all people, must understand this.
You're right. I do understand. I'll help you.
Thank you. Together, we will uncover the truth. We will arrive in a few hours. Take the opportunity to rest.
I slept well last night. No more effects of the drug.
Excellent. Then be prepared when we reach Venice. We have another mystery to solve.
This is the 3rd embarking dock, and no gondoliers available at all.
I'm surprised we were able to make it to
With
Venice
Carnival,
in time.
you can't find a gondolier to cross that damn canal. They're all booked. The worst thing is that the fountain is just across this canal. We're almost there.
Ooh, another cat.
I see a gondolier just over there.
I really want to go to Venice one day. It's somewhere I really want to go. Can we talk
Every
to these
carnival,
guys?
my friends and I mask, and every carnival we lose one another.
Right, that's a gondolier.
Hi there. We'd like to cross the canal, please.
There is a bridge about 1 kilometer down the canal.
Please. According to the map, the Fontana dei Conigli is just across the canal here.
No, I, Gabriele, cannot help you. I'm sorry.
We'll miss the 10 o'clock rendezvous if we try to get through this crowd. And have to walk 1 kilometer in both directions. Why is he refusing to take us across? He looks upset.
1 kilometer
We
is
should try
not
to find
that
out why.
far. Look. What? It's 9 o'clock, the meeting's at 10, and all we have to do is walk 2 kilometers. Through a crowd, but still.
If it's a matter of price, I'm sure we can work it out.
Money? Money won't help me now.
His problem isn't money. What is it then?
Is his boat...
Bella Chiara,
Yes.
the beautiful Chiara. A beautiful name for a beautiful gondola.
Ah! There appears to be something... Oh, flowers.
Ah, what a sham. A beautiful bouquet crushed by revelers.
What's the gondolier's problem? He ruined his bouquet. He had a fight with his girlfriend. One of those, I think. A fight with his girlfriend.
Okay.
And his girlfriend's name is probably the same as his gondola.
That's it. Hey, I'm a pretty good detective after all. I'm sorry you had a fight with Chiara.
What? How did you know?
I'm a detective. I'd like to help, if I can.
If you have a spare engagement ring, detective, I'll take it.
Ah, I see. You lost the engagement ring you were planning to give Chiara?
Lost? It is worse than that. I threw it away in the canal. I bitterly regret this gesture. I now find myself without a girlfriend and without a ring.
Don't chuck things in the water in a fit of rage. That is, very important.
If we find the ring, maybe the gondolier will take us across.
You are right. There is not much time. I will help you.
How are we supposed to find a ring in the canal? Alright, there's some steps down into it. No. Ah. What is this? Junk. Ah, is that a ring box? Looks like a ring box. Yeah, it's a ring box.
I know someone who will be happy.
Hey, good thing your ring box is apparently floats. What else do we have? Is that a crushed can?
I don't need an empty soda can.
And that's plastic bottle.
There are too many plastic bottles in the world.
Anyway. Well, it's a good thing your ring box wasn't too heavy, sir.
Excuse me. I believe I have something that belongs to you.
Mamma mia, grazie mille, signorina. With this, I can now win my Chiara's heart again. I know it. How to thank you?
My friend and I need to get to the other side. We have a very important date at the Fontana di Conigli.
Ah, yes. The rabbit fountain. Of course, I'll take you across. Then I will call Chiara. Hopefully, she will forgive me.
I'm sure she will.
Well done, Detective Locke.
I want to ride in a gondola. It seems fun.
This district of Venice is very charming. You will love it.
We made it to the other side.
If it's not too much to ask, can you wait for us until we return?
Yes, no worries. I can call Chiara from here. To find the fountain, walk along the quay on the left, then cross the bridge and you are there. You cannot miss it.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, signorina. You have made me the happiest gondolier in Venice. Chiara, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is a very beautiful setting, right?
I fixed it.
Venice is just so pretty. So down here and across the bridge. That is indeed a rabbit fountain. That's AW who just came out to fire?
It's 9:55. The right time in the right place. Now AW just needs to show up.
You made me run, Detective Locke. Poirot does not run.
Sorry, Poirot.
Wait, sitting down.
Pet the cat, Poirot. Discover who AW is.
We have an appointment, I believe?
I don't think so. I've never met you.
Did you have an appointment here at the fountain?
Yes, to party.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's good. I'm not sure. I don't think it's good. There we go. It's the person. No? Not that person? She looks like she's waiting for someone, though.
I have an appointment with you, don't I?
No, dove la tua mascara?
Did you see anyone who could be AW?
No, no one. But who knows what those masks and costumes are hiding?
I want to be Poirot. Come on, surely it's this person. Who else can I talk to? This one?
I have an appointment with you, don't I?
No, dove la tua mascara?
I feel like I've run out of people I can talk to. Ooh, a map. That's cool. Almost confident it's that one. But obviously not. Ooh, ice cream. Follow the story. Yeah, okay. No! I just got an achievement for frightening the pigeons. Ah, someone around the corner.
We have an appointment, I believe?
I don't think so. I've never met you.
Okay, I've tried to talk to like 4 people. Can I talk to... No? I feel like we've talked to everyone. Ooh.
Did you have an appointment here at the fountain?
Yes, to party.
To party. Someone in yellow? This one? I can't talk to that one. This guy I've talked to already. I feel like I've run out of talkable to people.
Did you
Pharaoh,
see
help
anyone
me.
who could be AW?
No, no one. But who knows what those masks and costumes are hiding?
There's only one person down this back alley, yeah. I've talked to that guy. I've talked to these. I've talked to the lady on the bridge. It's not clearly not these two. It's clearly not anyone in this group. Not this random guy. Hello, Nick. How's the investigation going? Well, 12 people all joined up to stab Ratchet. And we know who those 12 people are. But as it turns out, there was a 13th person. I didn't try to talk to the ice cream guy. The ice cream guy didn't have a thing to be able to talk to him about. Oh, wait. No, I've talked to you. You were one of the party. I don't seem to have anyone else I can talk to. Hints. I should check the nearest hotel. I'm supposed to actually go in the hotel. It did follow the original story with all of them stuff. Didn't realize I was just going to be able to walk in here. Another cat. Ding dong.
Nobody. The desk clerk must be asleep or off partying. If there's no one to help me, they won't mind if I help myself.
A.W. Aziz Wadi of Switzerland, who checked out today.
Aziz Wadi. That's the only name that corresponds to the initials AW.
Paziente, non ti ho sentito. Posso aiutarla?
After start discussion, I'm looking for someone.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Italian. Do you speak English?
Of course, signorina. How may I bother you?
How? What? Oh, I have an appointment with one of your guests.
What is the name?
I have an appointment with Mr. Aziz Wadi. Do you know if he's here?
Well, unfortunately, he left the hotel this morning. He seemed to be in a hurry, but he left a carta. You are?
How should I introduce myself? I feel I should use Ratchet's name here. Because that's who he was supposed to be meeting.
I'm Mrs. Ratchet.
Mr. Wadi asked me to give the message to the signore, but I suppose this is okay.
I think I'm being watched. I changed our meeting place. Alice was sitting on the fountain. She glanced at the statue of the White Rabbit. Suddenly the beast hopped away. Alice followed it. Again, let Alice be your guide. After walking through a narrow alley and crossing a bridge, I need to make notes. White Rabbit. Narrow alley. Men. Tall hats. Alice came upon two men who were arguing over who had the tallest hat. Her feet led her back to the narrow alley, and then to a small square. This is why I could read the map earlier, huh? Where she found a cat drinking tea. Mischievous Kitty ran to another alley, and Alice chased after him. Breathless, Alice arrived in a large square with a barracks for playing card soldiers. Out they came marching towards her. Alice ran and ran to the end of a quay. A large door with a gorgon's face on it demanded a secret code, the code that Alice had collected throughout her journey. Okay. Well, Monsieur
So,
Poirot.
mademoiselle, was our mysterious A.W. here?
No, but I managed to get his name, Aziz Wadi, and a letter he wrote for Ratchet. It seems to be a kind of riddle rhyme.
Let me see. Well, Ratchet and Mr. Wadi must love this book to refer to it so much.
Yes, I think we have to search and find the tracks that this person left for Ratchet to find him.
I think so. Lead the way, Mademoiselle Locke.
Why do towns and cities in real life not have music like this? Well, I mean, maybe the music is real today because it is carnival. Okay. Is one of these... Oh! one of these rabbits has a mustache.
Not really my style, but I'll take it.
Right, the white rabbit. Here's the white rabbit. From the white rabbit to a narrow alley over here, I think. With some men arguing over who had the tallest hat. And back into the same alley, I guess. And that would take me into a small square. That's not a small square. Different alley. I don't think that's a small square either. This could be a small square, I guess. A small square with a cat having tea. Yeah. Back down an alley. I don't think this counts as a large square either. I think I'm lost. What I do need is a key. C would be somewhere with. Wow, we're all the way back here. Okay. Oh, Piazza del Gatto. Sorry, Piazzetta del Gatto. Would be a small square with a cat having tea. A large square with card soldiers could be the Piazza della Polizia. Yeah, so... Okay, we're here. I want to go sort of cross and out. Okay. You're talking about me taking Poirot for a run again. Wrong way. I'm very lost right now. But I am in the Piazza del Gatto. Okay. Where's the cats for this cat square? Okay. From the Piazza del Gatto through an alley to a large square with card soldiers. I mean, we could be looking at the Piazza del Fontana, but the one that makes the most sense for card soldiers is this way, I think. think I've messed this one up again. Where am I now? Okay, that's not where I was supposed to end up. I have no sense of direction. I'm sure you all know that by now. Okay. I think it's probably this one. And then I need... No, because then I need a key. There's no key here, there's only a bridge, not a key. I mean, I guess if I wanted somewhere that definitely had a key, I'd go back to C. Although actually, maybe O does. Maybe O has a key. We came from O? Yeah, we probably did, didn't we? How far behind did I leave Fuera? Oh no, wait, okay, right. It's sort of making sense. Actually, J might... Right, so we're facing the water. I'm very lost. I'm very lost and I lost Poirot somewhere. Right. I'm back in the cat place. So yeah, actually I think I want to go up and through there. Through here then, I think. Right, okay. Yeah, because there are keys here. Down to the end, and then a door with a Gorgon's head. At the end of a key.
Your ring!
That's that gondola guy. No, I'm very confused now. We're going to be consulting with the hints, I think. first... Oh no! I forgot that we needed to get numbers. I forgot that we needed a code. I was so focused on traveling that I forgot we needed a code. Oh, Poirot.
Do you need help, Detective Locke?
It looks like the writer of this letter is quoting Alice in Wonderland.
No, I think it is a pastiche. Monsieur Carroll was a much better writer than this.
It's a riddle. No, a map.
Both. I think Mr. Waddy was worried their business might be known, and has given Ratchet directions to a new rendezvous point. Mr. Waddy's letter mentions a rabbit. The rabbit fountain is an obvious starting point. I believe the letter refers to this place. We have a reference to hats in the letter. Where can we find hats? If we follow the letter, our next landmark will be a cat. A real cat is not likely. Let's try to find a picture or a sign with a cat. A place with playing card soldiers. It sounds like a metaphor. What place could make us think of soldiers?
The place with the police.
The last paragraph suggests a door that requires a passcode. If I understand correctly, this code will be made up of numbers that we will find along the way.
Right. Yes, along the way. Well, sorry, Poirot. I'm gonna make you go back the way we came, I think. You mean that guy on the floor? This is Cat Square again, right? I think. Yeah. So we need a cat. A cat with a number. Art and Gatto. Okay. Art and cat. Monsieur Cat, do you have a number for me? No. Oh yes, 4. Cat. Okay. 4 for the cat. Right, I need to get back to where the fountain was. Because while you have told me the number, Drag, I feel I should go and find it myself. I'm back in Cat Square again, aren't I? Yep. I am somewhat lost. My sense of direction is very much not. Oh look! Here's where the fountain is. Ah yes, there is a 2 in fact, by the rabbit. Which means we need a hat. Let's check the thing again. First number is written on the rabbit's fountain, the second on the hat shop. Sense of direction, what even is that, right? So the hat shop must be between Cat Square and the fountain, right? someone just fall in the... Ooh, this looks like a hat shop. Can any of you see a number? Because I can't. Oh, there it is. 8. Right. Now a place for card soldiers, which I still think is going to be the Piazza della Polizia. Which is going to be across the bridge, through the alley, and wiggle back on myself. This way. I think. Yeah. Let's read this again. She ran and ran to the end of a quay. There, a large door with a Gorgon's face on it demanded a secret code. I mean, maybe it's not a key, maybe it's the bridge. Door with a Gorgon's head. Good thing this isn't a timed event, indeed. Is that a door with a Gorgon's head? That's not a Gorgon. Okay. I feel like I've gone too far now. I'm gonna have to ask the game for another hint because I'm lost. I'm so lost. The 4th is... Oh, I still need more numbers. Okay, the 4th is on the police station. And then we do need to go back to the key. Okay. Where have I ended up? Right, we ended up back here. Across the bridge. Around here. And we actually need to find the police station. Is this the police station over here? Polizia, yes. 6. And then ran to a key, which is apparently the key we came through. So, up to C, which means backtracking the way we came. And going back over the bridge and over. Okay. back the way we came. Back over the bridge. Hello, kitty. Round here. And here's where the keys are, so the other number must be somewhere around here. I guess it would make sense if we went all the way to the end of the key.
Yes, I assure you, I found your ring!
I don't see a number. To reference a drunk man. Is there a number somewhere on one of these buildings? Or maybe down a different key. It's very dark. I don't know if I would see a number even if there was one at the end of the key. The fifth one is on the side of the key opposite the place where I arrived. The side of the key. Oh, we need to get back on the... Do we need to get back on the gondola?
Yes, I assure you, I found your ring!
Can you give me directions to the fountain again?
You have to go along the quay on the left, then cross the bridge and you are there. You can't miss it. Oh no, Bella. That is just a customer. Calm down. I fixed everything.
I don't understand where this thing is supposed to be. I don't think the drunk fan is where we need to go now. I mean, that's the fountain back there, so we've definitely gone too far. I have no idea how far behind me Poirot is at this point. There he is. Alright, I'm going to consult that last hint. That last hint doesn't bloody help me, game! I wasn't after what the number was. I was after where the bloody door is. If we went from there to there to there. Your answer is the drunk guy. I keep hearing things that sound like things falling into the river. You're not Medusa either. Okay, now we're back at the police station. Yeah, we've got to find a dog. Basically, I'm now looking for something I can I'm now just looking for something I can interact with. That's somewhere near a key, any key. So I'm just trying to work my way around the water. No, I am not getting any speedrun records. Aha! That's a door with Medusa on it at the end of a key. Basically, my problem was I was equating dock with key. Whereas the key is just the key side, and not specifically the docks. Right, so 2, 8, 4, 6, 9. I expected to be inside a building. It's just a... Alright. Oh no, someone's dead.
Hey, you. I can't lose them.
Oh fuck! I thought we were cutscening this. Apparently not. Damn it.
Move over.
Well, there's a lot of people in the square who look an awful lot like the guy.
Too many masks! The murderer could be standing there watching me and laughing.
Yes, Detective Locke?
The murderer got away. I'm coming back, but it looked like he dropped something when he climbed the first wall.
All right, I'll go and see. For my part, unfortunately, I could do nothing for the victim. He was already dead. I have already alerted the Italian authorities. I will see what I can find while I wait for them.
Are we back over to Poirot? We are. However, I need more water. I will be right back. I'm back. We're going past 6? Yeah. I feel like we're close to the end, right? Although it has occurred to me, isn't there a mystery called, like, Death in Venice or something? Ah, money. Spectacles.
A pair of women's glasses. Was Ratchet planning a new identity? There must be several tens of thousands of dollars in this bag.
wonder if that's the same money.
The victim was stabbed. Apparently the method of choice in this case. A bunch of keys. If, as seems likely, Mr. Wadi is a resident of Geneva, then one of these may belong to his home there.
I think this is a different guy on the floor, Thomas. I think we saw this one get stabbed.
Various clothes in his suitcase. Mr. Wadi was obviously planning to leave this city.
Passport?
Mr. Wadi's Swiss passport. I'll see if I can find a match on the internet to confirm his identity.
Okay, Aziz Wadi, who is Swiss. Where's he from? Baghdad? Lyon, Turin, Geneva. Okay, Geneva's the only one of those that's in Switzerland. Yeah, it doesn't actually say anywhere except where he was born, does it? Oh, no, wait. Age. That's what I was supposed to be looking at. (1978), and it is currently in the game. Was it 2019? Which makes him 30. Is 37 right? No, that's not right. I can't maths. Right, 22 years takes us to the year 2000. Plus another whatever number it was. Oh, it says in 2023. Thank you. I've forgotten where I was in the game. So yeah, he is 45 then, right? Results. Lyon to Geneva. Okay. 16
this
results.
is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth.
Oh wait, Wadi, Aziz Wadi. I didn't make sure that the name was right.
My little grey cells did not let me down.
Oh gosh, I just took a look at I just took a quick glance at a guide for this game, and there's a lot more to go. But we will be going to about 7, because then that's about the same amount of time as we usually have. I still need to examine one more part of the crime scene. Yeah, it looks like we will be needing a 4th stream. Because while we're done with the train, we apparently have another murder to deal with. Right, so we've looked at that. is here. We've looked at that, we've looked at that. That's 4 things. What's the 5th thing? The wall that he jumped over. Yes, thank you. The wall that he first jumped over. Was that down here? No. Right, because he did the stabbing here. And then he ran... He ran where? Across the bridge. Ah, there's the wall. Over there. Ah, the murderer dropped his passport. It appears to be an Italian passport. It's enabled for the e-gates. I see. A new identity for a guy. Caldo Enrico.
A false passport with Ratchet's picture. Clark, Ratchet. How many others? Now he will become Enrico Caldo. It appears Ratchet changed his identity as often as his socks.
Money in the backpack. From a deal with Cairo. From the Armstrong... Is there still enough left from the Armstrong case ransom? Yeah, probably. That was a lot of money, I think.
Very well, I choose to go this way.
I'm sorry I couldn't catch the suspect, Mr. Poirot.
There is no need to apologize, mademoiselle. Your efforts were marvelous. I found some information about Mr. Wadi.
Did you access the FBI database?
Don't worry, my little gray cells were enough. However, the database may confirm the origin of these banknotes.
No need. I included them when I continued my investigation.
Excellent.
Find the serial numbers of the dollar bills among the photos on Joanna's phone. Okay. Okay, serial number NA215. NA215. No, 2151. NA21518880S. This one. 8.
The detective gets it right.
215. Oh, and a 2152. 2152 7649 and C. Yes.
Score. 1 for the good guys.
NA. The other one's not on this page. NA2150. Yeah, this one. 2203G.
That is a great detective job. Mr. Poirot, it's part of the ransom money from the Armstrong case.
I was right.
You are surprised?
I suppose not. So Ratchet had it in an account at the Banque du Lac.
It would seem so. He knew the serial numbers on the banknotes could be traced, and he could not spend it. So, He stashed it there.
But now he's run low, something he didn't count on. He hopes enough time has passed so he can begin to spend the ransom money.
There is something else he didn't count on.
What's that?
He didn't count on you, Detective Locke, and your tenacity.
Thank you. But we are still left with a murderer on the loose.
But we progress. We know Mr. Wadi had an appointment with Ratchet. He had a bag full of money and a passport with Ratchet's photo, but a new name. What is your opinion about the passport?
Ratchet wants it to disappear again, hide behind another fake identity, or it's his true identity. I think it's another fake identity.
I discovered that he was arrested in Armenia for trafficking in stolen art and was supposed to be arraigned in January. Once again, he changed his identity and vanished.
You are correct, mademoiselle. He also told me that he was threatened, and that threatening letter we found in his room was real. He had to disappear once again.
Where did the murderer leave the money? Too risky to take it, or the money is... The motive isn't the money.
The bag isn't very big. He could have easily run away with it. If he didn't take it, it was deliberate. He wasn't interested in the money. If the motive wasn't money, it leaves passion or revenge for motive.
So, Detective Locke, what do you think? Passion or revenge?
Revenge. Revenge for sure. This must be the 13th murderer.
Revenge seems like an obvious motive to me. The murderer carefully followed Wadi from the fountain to the new meeting place despite Wadi's precautions. That is cold and careful.
Excellent. We cannot yet know for certain, but that is a sound psychological analysis. We have an idea of the motive. It is the same motive as that of our 12 would-be murderers on the train. But we still must know who was under that mask.
The same murderer who killed Ratchet, I assume.
I think Wadi's killer is also Ratchet's murderer. The motive for both deaths was revenge, and both are related to the Armstrong case through the ransom money.
Exactly. So our murderer is linked to the Armstrong case. The money is linked to the Armstrong case. But these glasses that I found in the bag, they must have something to do with this case too.
Wait, those glasses mean something to me.
Who do they belong to? Dr. Constantine or Suzanne Moreau? Well... Oh dear, have we lost connection? Apparently my connection to chat disappeared for a moment. Who do the glasses belong to? Now, the doctor, I don't think was involved with any of the pills on the train. I don't think it's... Now, when Poirot looked at these glasses, he said that they were ladies' glasses. So, Suzanne Moreau, I assume.
Wait, I know. I've seen these. They belong to Suzanne Moreau, little Daisy's nurse. I remember seeing them in her bedroom.
Oh yeah, the missing glasses.
The day she died.
I remember the press saying that the nurse had committed suicide.
I've always believed otherwise, and the glasses are proof that she was killed by Ratchet or his accomplice. He took those glasses. I always had a gut feeling, but now, Mr. Poirot, now I have proof Suzanne was innocent.
Yes, you do. But the question I ask myself is this. Why did Ratchet keep these glasses?
Yeah, I was gonna say trophies. Trophies sounds right.
In my investigation at the time, I had already found Daisy's hair clip in one of Ratchet's hideouts. And now, Suzanne's glasses end up in this bag, which was a delivery to him.
2 objects from 2 victims of Ratchet.
Keeping an object belonging to his victims as a memento of the murder. He was a fetishistic killer, a trophy hunter. Okay, we managed to clear up some of the gray areas. What now?
The bag only contained a fraction of the $1 million ransom of the Armstrong case. The rest must still be in a secure place. I will make a wager with you that it is the Banque du Lac in Geneva where Mr. Wadi worked.
Wadi was also the keeper of Ratchet's secrets. They were killed by the same murderer.
Agreed. Well, there is nothing more we can do here except wait for the police. Prepare yourself for a long evening with the police. We have a lot of explaining to do.
And after that?
A visit to Geneva, perhaps?
Yeah, I guess we might need to go to Geneva, huh?
Here you are at last. I was worried about you.
We just left the police station. We had to explain to the Italian police that we were not murderers.
What? Another murder?
I'll tell you when we're underway. Are all passengers and staff aboard?
Yes, everyone is here. We were waiting for you.
Excellent. Let's not waste any more time. We have to make a longer than usual stop in Lausanne.
What? How long?
Long enough to do a little banking in Geneva.
I mean, I'm actually really surprised that the train made it to Venice in time for that meeting. Given that we got stuck for, like, a whole day.
But this is madness. A 13th murderer of Ratchet?
Mon ami, he was not well liked.
But Monsieur Michel would have seen anyone enter Ratchet's compartment. And there were another 10 people milling about, taking their turn at stabbing him. How could they not notice an uninvited killer?
Uninvited? Why didn't Mr. Michael see the murderer? Well, I guess it was when he was smoking and... Wait! So it turns out that someone got on at Vinkovsky, killed him and got off again is actually the correct answer. And 12 people stabbed a body that was already dead.
The 13th killer could have acted when Michel was smoking on the platform at Vinkovsky. But even after the train departed, Michel was absent from his post at the end of the corridor several times the night of the murder. I must know where he really was and when.
Is the murderer still on the train? By which we mean, has the murderer got back on the train? He's not... I don't think he's still on the train. No.
Oh, stay
No?
focused.
Okay.
We have evidence that he is still on the train. Yes, he most certainly returned to the train.
How can you be sure?
It's obvious. I mean, I hope Mr. Poirot agrees.
Please continue, Detective Locke.
What's the proof that he's still on the train? He ran in the direction of the railway station. The best ticket out of Italy is about the... Oh, there's no one missing. Everyone came back.
All the passengers and crew are still aboard. If the killer of Mr. Wadi had remained in Venice, we would have noticed right away that someone was missing, and we could have alerted the authorities.
I promise you, I made certain everyone was aboard before we embarked.
Book, calm yourself.
Calm myself? But we're back where we started. There is still another murderer on my train. Wait a moment. Can I change my mind about my verdict? Can we turn everyone over to the police?
Everyone? Including ourselves?
What? No. No. Oh, it's a nightmare.
Let us take it step by step, my friend. We can start by eliminating all of the members of the Ratchet jury.
Okay, the 12 people who stabbed Ratchets by agreement: Captain Arbuthnot, Mr. Foscarelli, Mr. Hardman, Miss Hubbard, Mr. McQueen. Was Mr. Masterman one of them? Can't remember again now. Miss Deb, but no. Miss Debenham, Mr. Agamirov, Mr. Michel, Miss Schmidt, Miss Olsen, Mr. Andreni. I am missing someone. Mr. Masterman. Yeah. There are not a lot of people left once we get rid of all of them.
That was easy. If we eliminate the 12 jurors, we are left with 7 additional suspects.
7? It's still too many.
I agree. We must reduce our list.
I'm pretty sure we can remove Book from it.
It's as if my beautiful train is cursed. Can you exonerate any of the 7?
We can. Book, you're not a suspect.
Fantastic. Book worked hard to get me aboard the train. He is definitely not a suspect.
Miss Locke is definitely not a suspect.
Well done. Mademoiselle Locke cannot be a suspect. She pursued Mr. Waddy's murderer.
Is Dr. Constantine a suspect? I think he could be. Although, no, wait, no. I don't think he can be a suspect. Because he didn't need to tell us about the 13th stab. He could have just left it at making us go, oh yeah, those 12 people did it. So I don't think he's a suspect.
Right. Dr. Constantine alerted me to the 13th stab wound. He is not a suspect. Et voilà. I have 4 suspects left who I must now examine more closely. Miss Nielsen, Monsieur Maury, Monsieur Fauché, and Countess Andreni.
One of my employees? Suspicious?
All 3 got off the train in Venice to restock supplies. Any one of them might have slipped away without being noticed.
I suppose. But what of Countess Andreni? You cleared her yourself.
She is cleared of the first murder, but we know little of her movements here in Venice. So, we still have 4 suspects to interview. Detective Locke?
I can't join you, Poirot. My chief saw something on the news about the case and my involvement. He's demanding an explanation. If I want to keep my badge, I have to call him.
Then you must do so by all means.
I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. I understand.
I'll make the call from my compartment. If you're looking for me, I'll be there.
I can't be the murderer. You saw me and the murderer in the same place.
But I must. There is, of course, one other suspect with a motive for murder. The ransom money.
You mean Detective Locke? Then who did she chase? Who killed Aziz? We both saw the masked murderer standing over the body.
Okay. Back of the train. Back? Yeah. I should find all the staff members I wish to interview in this direction. Ah, you play piano, do you?
You play well. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Thank you. Many years of piano lessons thanks to my mother. I try to play in a few clubs in Paris when I get the chance, but as you can see, it hasn't made me rich. What can I do for you?
Conversation only.
Can I see your knives? What did you do in Venice?
Tell me about your time in Venice.
I had Monsieur Book's permission to see my sister. She lives in Marghera, just outside of Venice. She had a baby a few weeks ago. This was my first chance to meet my new nephew.
Monsieur Book gave you permission?
Yes, you can ask him.
Most assuredly, I will. What time did you leave, and when did you return?
I left around 9:10 p.m. I was back by 10:45 p.m. When I got back, Hotaru was in a lot of pain. I gave him a back massage.
That would have been enough time to kill Monsieur Wadi and return to the train.
Hotaru was in pain and needed a back massage. That might be something that someone needed after they ran from me that much.
May I see your knives?
Of course. They are here.
If you don't mind.
Help yourself. They are under the bar counter.
Tell me again about your poker game the night of the murder.
It's a regular game to help relax after a long day. Let's see, we started around 11 p.m. We took a short break in Vinkovsky, Hotaru, Pierre, and I. The game finished up around 2 a.m. We'd all had quite a bit to drink. Ah, yes, I left for about 10 minutes to refrigerate champagne for the next day. That must have been around 1 a.m.
Alright. See. Knives.
None of these come close to the wounds on either body.
Yeah, they're a bit big. Anyone hiding in here? No? Okay. Monsieur Book. Hotaru. Are you a ninja assassin?
Good evening, Monsieur Mori. May I have a moment of your time? I have a few questions to ask you.
Of course, as long as you don't mind if dinner is ruined.
I promise to be as brief as possible. What did you do while we were stopped in Venice?
With Freya's help, I loaded fresh produce for the next part of our journey. Then, you may not believe this, but my job requires a lot of physical labor. My back suffers. Fortunately, Jean has become quite adept at separating my vertebrae.
Separating your vertebrae. I'm not sure they should be separated. When did we get back on the train? After we finished talking to the police in Venice and convinced them that we were detectives and not murderers. We're pretty certain that the murderer is on this train. And so we've cut it down to 4 people it could be. The 3 employees that aren't the conductor, and plus Mrs. Andreni.
As you may know, I have solved the murder of Monsieur Ratchet.
That is a shame.
I beg your pardon?
The bastard sent my steak tartar back, telling John I was to burn it.
I will add it to the list of his crimes. One wound on Monsieur Ratchet's body was struck by a very sharp, thin-bladed knife. We haven't found it yet.
You think one of mine was used?
I'd like to have a look, if you don't mind.
In that drawer.
I'm not sure a chef has a
An
stiletto.
impressive set of knives.
Yeah.
But their blades are too wide to have been used for the crime. Tell me about your poker game the night of the murder.
We started around 11 p.m. When John finished his shift. We played until around 2 a.m. From what I remember, it's a bit vague.
You played without a break.
Actually, we did break once for a smoke. John, Pierre, and I. When we stopped in Vinkovsky.
When was that?
Around midnight?
So it sounds like the three of them were all together. So maybe it's the pastry chef. Is she in here? Is she in here? What is in here? Ooh.
The box is secured by some sort of locking mechanism. The design is formed by 3 commas. What is the word in Japanese? Tamoe. And it's obviously missing a piece.
So I need to look for something shaped like a Magatama bead. Let's just stick my nose back here first. Hey, a mustache.
Another delightful trophy for my collection. Good evening, Mademoiselle Nielsen. May I talk to you for a moment?
Of course, Mr. Poirot. I'm not going to bed right away.
What did you do in Venice?
Can you tell me your movements while we were stopped in Venice?
That'll be easy. I didn't move much at all. Let's see. I helped Hataru load all of the food crates aboard the train. Hataru had everything he needed, but I realized they forgot half of my order. I spent over an hour on the phone with the supplier without success. I had to change the dessert menu for tomorrow.
What do your knives look like, and is there a stiletto among them?
Dr. Constantine found a stab wound on Ratchet's body that was caused by a much thinner and sharper blade than the others.
Possibly a chef's knife?
My thought, precisely.
And you'd like to see my knives?
If you wouldn't mind.
I would gladly show you if I had any, but I don't. I use the regular kitchen knives. You may search if you don't believe me.
I see.
All the knives the staff use are in the kitchen or in the lounge, except...
Except?
Hotaro prefers to use his own.
Monsieur Mori doesn't use the kitchen knives?
Not usually. I know he keeps a set of traditional Japanese knives in a box in his room. He doesn't let anyone else use them. Although now that I think of it, he has been using the kitchen knives lately.
He lied to me.
Can you tell me exactly about your poker game the night of the murder?
We started around 11 p.m. In Vinkovsky, we took a short break. Hataru and Pierre went outside to smoke. Oh, and Hataru got sick around a few minutes past 1 a.m. 1:10 a.m. maybe? He spent about 15 minutes in the bathroom, but he didn't want to quit on a losing streak.
Did his luck improve?
No, so we played to around 2 a.m. He lost every hand.
So there's a 15-minute break where the Japanese chef wasn't around, huh? Oh, the knives that are in a box in his room. That's the box that we don't have the other bit to get into. Excuse me, sir, you lied to me. But apparently I can't ask you about that right now. Afferrano.
Saffron. Must be worth a small fortune.
Yeah, that's a lot of saffron. Good grief. Can we shut that up? Apparently I can't shut that again. I need a way into his personal knife collection. Yeah, it could be that he's using the it could be that he's using the knives because he lost his way in. Like maybe the murderer stole one of his knives and the key. Alright, if I were a key, where would I be hidden? Still need to speak to Mrs. Andrenieva. But I am going to check all the toilets, just in case.
Ah, Michel, I have a few more questions to ask you, if you will allow me.
Anything, Monsieur Poirot. We are in your debt.
The camera is not in the right place here.
Please tell me your movements when we were stopped at Venice Station.
Once the compartments were cleaned and the linen refreshed, I stayed in my quarters.
Did you notice anything special? Comings and goings?
Monsieur Bouc had asked everyone to stay in their compartments. I would occasionally walk the train to ensure everyone was comfortable. Oh, I saw Monsieur Maury was all alone loading his crates of provisions. A great chef like that, reduced to petty labor, I would have helped him. But Monsieur Bouc had ordered me not to leave the train for any reason. So, Monsieur Maury was forced to labor alone.
Alone, huh? I thought he had help.
Let us review the actual timeline of the night of Ratchet's murder, not the one manufactured to hide your crime.
I left the train in Winkowski for a smoke. Then I resumed my post. That was the truth. The train departed on schedule. But then, of course, an avalanche of snow blocked the tracks. At 12:45, Madame Hubbard and I met in her compartment to discuss how to adapt our plan.
Due to the snow and Poirot.
The little play we had staged for you had to be rewritten. I left her compartment at approximately 1:15.
Then the curtain went up. Calls in the night, the red kimono, all for my benefit.
And all for nothing, as it turned out.
Do not blame yourself, Michel. I am the theater critic no playwright wants to see in the audience.
She appears to be unwell. The Great Gatsby, huh? And the music box.
Doctor, I need to question Countess Andreni.
I'm afraid that won't be possible, Mr. Poirot. The Countess had an anxiety attack when we arrived in Venice. She was terrified the police would come for her and her husband, despite how you concluded your investigation. I had to give her a sedative. She has been sleeping since.
Well, I guess that's...
You have stayed with her all the time we were in Venice?
Count Andreni begged me to watch over her. I have not left this room.
You're the reason she's in this state.
Bouc voted to absolve you all. I accepted his verdict.
I told her. I tried to reason with her. What she has already suffered, the strain of these last few days, it was too much.
I understand, Count. It's quite all right. I have the answers I came for.
She clearly did not leave the train at Venice. Which means it's one of the staff. Talk to Bouc. Yes, to find out about that permission. That's true. Was in the dining car. What's he eating? Kind of looks like a donut.
You told Fauché he could go into Venice?
Marghera, actually. Not so far away. It was his only chance to see his sister. He's been working every train for weeks. There is never time to see the new baby.
Enough, Book. Your heart does you credit, but your common sense, it...
I know. But it's fine. Isn't it? He did come back.
Oh, it's fine, as you say. Unless he saw the baby, then killed someone else and returned to the train.
But that's monstrous.
Murder is always monstrous, my friend. I've talked to everyone, but some elements of the testimonies do not seem to correspond. I need to recheck a few things.
Yes, Mr. Mori's knives. I mean, maybe he just has the key on him. Train staff alibis. Mr. Michael, Mr. Mori, and Mr. Fauché left the train at Binkowski to smoke. Thanks, Mr. Okay. There was the smoking at Binkowski. Oh no, wait, no. Mr. Michael went to Mrs. Hubbard's room. And therefore he wasn't
I
watching.
must admit
No, that's
I'm
not right.
not right this time.
The given alibi. Well, I guess we have an alibi for them and not for her. Is that what we're doing? Yeah. Nielsen didn't leave the train in Vinkowski, so she was alone in the crew quarters. Yeah, and like, we can't confirm whether this is correct.
I do
No?
not think that's the right answer.
Okay. Do we just do that?
This is
No.
wrong, but I'm never far from the truth.
She was alone in the crew quarters. The vomiting and the fact that he wasn't watching. There we go. Mr. Mori reboarded the train at 1:10 when Pierre Michel was not watching the corridor. Did we then just choose these two, maybe?
No, not good.
Is it this one and that one? Yeah.
Any of the three staff members had the opportunity to kill Ratchet when
we're not
Monsieur
actually looking
Michel
for alibis,
wasn't
we were
watching
looking
the
for
hallway.
non-alibis.
Et voilà.
Alright. What's happened to your knives? No? Apparently I can't... Wait. Maybe I should just say, can I see your knives?
One wound on Monsieur Ratchet's body was struck by a very sharp, thin-bladed knife. We haven't found it yet.
You think one of mine was used?
No, this was all that... I guess we've just got to see if we can find... Ah, here it is. No? That's a feather.
A black feather. That reminds me of something.
The minor bird. The princess's minor. There's another box here. Oh, we've got a puzzle box. Oh, heck. can't move those. We can't move that. Okay. Next, we want to put that the other way. Nope, 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 nope. Pressing the wrong button. Let me turn it.
It's still locked. I need to move the parts on the side.
Still feel like I should be able to do something with that. Okay, we can move that out now. Okay, I seem to have moved everything now.
It's still locked. I need to move the parts on the side.
How do I do something with this? Actually, what if I... What am I missing? What am I supposed to do? Have I moved all of these enough? Yeah, I was probably supposed to move them in a certain way, wasn't I? The rotating is really annoying when it's the same button. I have to find somewhere I'm allowed to click to do the rotating. I want to poke this. Come on, let me... There we go. Okay. Resetting it. Yeah, you're right about hovering over another node. This doesn't seem like a very useful puzzle box if I can move everything all the time. One side uses all of the parts must come off.
The parts
The
on
other
the
side
side.
says tickle it with a feather. It feels like I should be able to take them off, but I can't. There's gotta be something going on with that. Surely. Oh, hello. Ah, okay. Right, that goes that way, and then that's revealed. Okay, I feel like I'm making progress. They don't all have to go the same way. There we go. So I need to find one on here. Perhaps that way? No. Way? No. Oh, if we move this a little bit out this way, then we can apparently not move. No, we can move that. There we go. Oh, right, okay. Okay, we've found that. Aha! 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 Like... Oh, wait. It's probably supposed to be, like, just visible. Can we pull this one this way now? Yes. And that one... We can't send that one that way at the moment. So we need to pull this out here. There we go. There we go. And that out there. And now it's open. Ah, that puzzle box to get the key.
That looks like a broken comma. It must be part of something else.
Okay, we have the Magatama now. So we can... Having opened that box, we can open another box. Is there a bloody stiletto in here? Could be this.
Colteria Venezia.
Venezia, huh? Do they all say they're from Venice?
Sushi knives. Razor sharp.
No, they don't all say.
Sushi knives. Razor sharp.
Yeah, that one's also Japanese. And so is this one. I assume. Yeah. Whereas this one has a different inscription. It's also the one that most accurately goes for what I wanted. So yes. What's the point of having one branded with something else? It feels like he had to replace one of the knives. Like the knives all came in a set, and then he was missing one, and he had to go buy another one to replace it. In Venice. Maybe. Anyway, I think that's about the right point to end, because I'm getting a little bit hungry. So, and we're almost up to our typical 4 hours on a Sunday, so thank you very much for watching. It's been fun. We apparently have an entire another murder. That we'll then have to solve. If you're new here and you've enjoyed your time, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can also follow me on social media, which is linked in the description box. The streaming schedule gets posted both over on social media and over here on YouTube in the community tab. And as Nick and Drag have correctly ascertained, the next stream will be tomorrow, Monday, and will in fact be Radiant Tale. Good job, guys. But the rest of the schedule will be up later tonight or tomorrow, depending on whether I remember to do it tonight. So, once again, thanks for watching, and this is Kalla signing out. See ya, bye bye.